Oh, now you're getting quiet, huh? Okay. All right. Even though there's names, let's move on up a little bit more. They should have been here. They lose their seats. I don't even know why we put names on the seats in this little bitty room. Goodness. Ramon, get over here. Get over here. All right. Are we ready? Okay. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Wait, good afternoon. It's past noon. Every day is Monday, and who knows what time it is in any given time. Sure. Okay, Ramon. I'm going to give you a raise, don't worry. First of all, thank you all so much for being here today. We are really excited to make what is a very, from the perspective of making decisions as mayor, this is an easy one. In fact, I appointed Morrell Green, who is the trustee, someone who I've known since we were kids. Even though he went to Washington High School, I still appointed him. And I appointed him because Morrell was very focused on young people and academic achievement, especially for kids of color who grew up like he and I did. And he served in this capacity well and really focused his time and energy on reforming City College in a way to help address some real systemic challenges that we know still exist. And when you serve on these bodies, it is so important to think about the impacts that it has on the people that we are trying to serve. It is not about the person with the loudest voice. It is about the protection and the health and well-being of this extraordinary institution that was really a lifesaver for so many people over the decades. And I remember after I graduated from Galileo High School, I fortunately had a scholarship so that I could go to UC Davis, but most of the people who graduated with me did not have money to go to a four-year institution. And had I not had those scholarships, I would have been at City College too, like so many of the people that wanted to continue their educational pursuits and look at a way to make college a lot more cost efficient for them and their families, and City College provides that opportunity. It provides that opportunity for someone looking for a second career opportunity, for someone looking to enhance their skills that may need a little bit tightening up. You name it. You all are here because you value the importance of this extraordinary institution, and you know that it cannot be politicized. It needs strong, effective leaders. People who are not just looking for a stepping stone, but they're looking for a chance to make sure that an opportunity like this exists for future generations to come. And so we are here to make an appointment of Luis Zamora. Now, the reason why I support Luis wholeheartedly has a lot to do with his experience from a financial perspective and policy perspective and administrative perspective, because that's what City College needs. Now, I have his whole bio because he's done so much. Let me get it all here. Director of Community Relations and Executive Affairs, working with David Chu, Commissioner on the Immigrants' Rights Commission, District Director of the California State Assembly with David Chu again, worked with the New Leaders Council, campaign fellow and Victory Fund and institution, I mean, all of those things, but also he went to City College, not this City College, but another City College. And his experience and how he has been able to work within different capacities, whether it's with lawyers and agencies to help maintain their fiscal health, to help manage and facilitate their offices, to be a real administrator to make sure that those institutions stayed on course and didn't deviate from their roles and responsibilities. He's exactly the kind of person that you need to steer the ship. And is why I'm so happy that he's running in the first place, but more importantly, that he's even interested in doing this hard work. Because look at Steve over there. He's like, Steve, no, you guys remember. Steve, his hair grew back after he left City College. But this is hard work, and it requires people who have the experience and the courage to serve. And so I am really grateful to be here today and to have a person who is capable, qualified, and who's willing to take this leap into this role in order to support City College, but also serve the city and county of San Francisco. So with that, I want to just take a moment before I turn it over to a couple of folks who, everybody in here can be recognized. But I really want to thank the members of the Board of Supervisors who are joining, well, the member of the Board of Supervisors. Our folks from labor, our folks from the various communities, from Alice and school board members and everyone, you know who you are, and everybody else in this room knows who you are too. So I want to thank all of you for being here, but today we are going to highlight and recognize Luis and all of the incredible work that he has done and will do for City College. And before we swear him in, I'd like to recognize some of the speakers here today that want to say a few words, including David Chu, our city attorney, and Scott Wiener, our state senator. It's so funny because I'm having deja vu because we served on the Board of Supervisors together when the board was sane, Raphael. I took it for granted then, but I really appreciated the time I served with these two guys. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome David Chu and Senator Scott Wiener.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Let me just start by thanking you for such an inspired choice today to help lead an institution that is so important in our city. And I want to thank, as she did, all of you who represent leadership in so many sectors of San Francisco who know how incredibly important this role is and how thankless and hard this role also is. So I first became familiar with the force of nature known as Luis Zamora a number of years ago when I needed a new staffer in my district office. And literally, Luis's name kept coming up. I'm looking at some of you who had suggested that I consider meeting this guy, and what I was told was, no one works harder. He's incredibly savvy when it comes to community and policy and politics, and he is unbelievably committed to public service. In fact, he was so committed to public service that he was willing to take a $40,000 pay cut to work for me in the state legislature. And I found out as his boss that he was not only all of those things, but he also was incredibly unifying, because the assembly district that I once represented is one of the most diverse in the state. It includes the historic neighborhoods of the Mission, the Castro, the oldest Chinatown in our country, the Bayview, Western Addition, some of the most well-off and some of the poorest and struggling neighborhoods in our city. And Luis was someone who not only was able to engage, but he was able to bring folks together in his way. In a way, and I will say this, and this is true, this is not true for I think for any elected official, but at this moment, I don't know anyone who doesn't like Luis Zamora. At this moment. We'll see what happens in a little bit. But I will also say that he has exemplified leadership in so many ways. I actually promoted him to be the district director of my office within a very short period of time. When I was appointed by our mayor to become city attorney, I asked him to be our director of executive affairs, and what that means is he works with our executive team to oversee hundreds of legal professionals who oversee thousands of legal matters and works with tens of thousands of city employees and many of you in this room to move our city forward. And he has also led in so many other ways, the head of San Francisco Young Dems, the head of the LGBT caucus of the California Democratic Party, leadership in the Golden Gate Business Association, and so on and so on. And there's so much that I have valued about Luis, but now let's talk about City College. This is an institution that has been challenged in all sorts of ways. And when we were in the Assembly, working with Senator Wiener, we worked to make sure that City College got the funding it needed. My city attorney's office helped to lead the fight to save City College. But we are now in a different era when City College is faced with new challenges again. And Luis, I can't think of someone who is more of the right person at the right time for this job. And you will hear in a moment about his personal commitment, but there's no one who I think, in addition to a number of you who helped to serve in this role, who has more of a personal touch point for what this has done for him. I'll also say, as someone who's a son of immigrant parents, Luis's immigrant background is also incredibly relevant to this job. He is someone who's been fighting for years for the role of immigrants in this community, fighting in my office to engage immigrant parents and immigrant communities in our school system, and I just can't wait to see how he's going to work with the diversity of San Francisco in moving us forward. So I could not be more thrilled. Again, thank you, Madam Mayor, for your appointment. And with that, I want to bring up someone who I've had conversations with about up-and-coming leadership by Luis Zamora, and you all know him as our amazing state senator, someone who knows all of us extremely well. Senator Wiener, come on up.
Thank you, David. Wow, this is really exciting. I feel like we were just here for another exciting announcement a few weeks ago, and Madam Mayor, thank you for this appointment, and also thank you for elevating LGBTQ leadership, because we have to be very intentional about doing that, and if we don't, then we quickly start sliding back. So thank you for always standing with our community. So I've known Luis for about over a decade now, and when I first got to know Luis, it was through San Francisco Young Democrats and the work that he did to try to engage young people in the political process, which is so incredibly important and at times challenging because there's so much cynicism out there. But Luis did a fantastic job getting more people engaged in the process. And that really relates directly to what this is about. City College plays such an essential role in our city, building the middle class, just giving people access to educational opportunities in a way that works for them and is flexible for their lives, because not everyone, everyone has different lives, and people need that flexible approach. And City College has been just a lifeline for generations of San Franciscans in terms of getting higher education and really entering the middle class. And the college is at risk, and it's had some real challenges for quite some time now, and it doesn't need to be that way. And I think there are clear paths to stabilizing the college, to starting to grow the enrollment again, to making sure that it can continue to serve future generations of San Franciscans, not only young people, but a lot of young people, in the way that it has served previous generations. And I know, Luis, that you're going to be fantastic. You are going to engage all the people who need to be engaged. You're going to just focus on the basics of making sure that this college is successful, and it makes me very optimistic for you to be on the board. So congratulations, and again, thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you again, and I just want to really reiterate how important it is to have our labor partners here from the Teamsters and from the laborers in particular, and how there's a direct connection between City College and the various labor organizations, and making sure that we bring those things together. It provides a way into the working class for so many people and so many families, and I'm grateful that you have brought labor to the table as a part of this event, as well as the trifecta of District 8 supervisors here. Bevan Dufty and Raphael Mandelman and Scott Wiener. I mean, it's the trifecta, right? But it's great to be here again, and so many amazing people. We appreciate each and every one of you. And Phil Kim, I just swore in not too long ago to the school board, and he's in there helping Jenny Lamb, and you guys better get it together because I'm not messing around with y'all. And just want to thank Honey Mahogany for being here. She is now the head of the Office of Transgender Initiatives. As you can see, a diverse coalition of people. Alan Wong, thank you again for joining us from City College. A diverse group of people who are here to support you, who care about City College, and who want to, of course, uplift the amazing work that this institution has to do. So you're going to have to roll your sleeves up and get ready to rumble, because it's going to be, and Tom Temprano, I forgot you were on City College, too. I mean, good. See what happens when you start talking names and stuff? Let me stop right now and just swear Luis in. Come on up. Come a little bit closer to the mic. There you go. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are we ready? Yes. Okay, y'all got your cameras ready? Here we go. Okay, I want you, put your hand down. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Luis Zamora,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to support and defend
to support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I bear true faith
that I bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the same,
to the same,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
and that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
upon which I'm about to enter,
upon which I'm about to enter,
and during such time
and during such time
that I serve as
that I serve as
member of the City College
member of the City College
of San Francisco
of San Francisco
Board of Trustees.
Board of Trustees.
There you go. Congratulations.
Well, I'd like to start by thanking Mayor London Breed for this appointment. I am so grateful for Mayor Breed's leadership and her deep continued commitment to public education for all. It is my honor to serve on the City College Board of Trustees. I want to thank Morel for his service on the Community College Board. In his years of public service, he has always looked out for the best interests of students, and that is something I intend to emulate in my own service to the college. I join others in wishing Morel all the best in his future work. I also want to give deep thanks to City Attorney Chu and State Senator Wiener for their continued support. They were some of the first to recognize my passion and willingness to serve others. My path to the Board of Trustees started at community college. I am a first-generation college graduate with an associate degree in liberal arts from Santiago Canyon College. As the first in my family to go to higher education, I know firsthand how important accessible higher education is. It's a gift that can change lives and can help develop real paths into the middle class and beyond. But City College is facing serious issues, as we are all aware. Our financial future and status as an accredited institution are at risk. By neglecting the college's long-term fiscal health, by failing to follow its own policies, and by interfering with the administration's authority, our institution has set off alarm bells for the Accreditation Commission. How we move forward together on the City College Board will be the most important factor in how we meet those challenges head-on. It can be challenging at times to remember that we are all working towards the same goal, to keep City College as a resource for everybody in San Francisco who wants local, affordable, higher education. But if we follow our rules and keep our work centered on what we have in common, our devotion to the community college community, we will succeed. So I'm looking forward to working with my fellow trustees on the board, and will bring that same positive, collaborative spirit that I've brought to every position I have ever held. San Francisco is a world-class city, and we deserve a well-functioning city college that gives every San Franciscan the chance to improve themselves while staying close to their families and their communities. I want to again thank Mayor London Breed for her trust and belief in me to serve my community, and I'm ready to get to work now and after November's election, when I hope to continue my time serving on the board. Thank you very much.